Marco, allora, buonasera. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure's mine. The pleasure's mine.
Yeah, so we are seeing here millions of people all over Brazil going against censorship. Uh, so, how do you see that? Because we have the X, right? The Twitter, now they call X. It was like a kind of island, of free speech, because
Yes.
we don't have free speech on YouTube, we don't have free speech on Facebook. So the X, the Twitter, was a kind of island of free speech, and now
Indeed.
it's banned in Brazil. So people are going on the street, a million people all over Brazil on the street uh, to make protest against the suspension, of X. Ô, gente, deixa eu só traduzir a pergunta. Marco, por favor.
I don't know what people could do from a technical point of view, whether it's possible to circumvent with VPNs and so on and so forth. Certainly, I think it is the right thing to do to go into the squares to march and to demonstrate, because up until quite recently, the squares have been occupied by all the pro-censor elements, and the usual renter crowd of the regressive left. So certainly that's a very positive step. Absolutely. Indifference is a very bad thing. So the fact that people are angry and they are demonstrating, I view that as a very positive thing. The question of censorship is not new. We have witnessed that here also in Israel. Up until very recently, there was a left-wing monopoly with regard to the media. Thankfully, that has now changed. But still, let's say on balance, the left have more power and a greater presence in the media. It will take time to break up this judicial media academia complex that has ensconced itself, but it looks promising. A lot of people are angry enough to do it now.
That's something interesting in Brazil that's going on now, because all the right wing, the conservative, the Brazilian conservative, was controlled by Bolsonaro and his family. And now we are seeing the right wing bigger than Bolsonaro, let's say. It's not like one right wing. Like here in Italy, for example, we have Lega, the Matteo Salvini, we have Fratelli d'Italia, Forza Italia. Uh, I don't know how these things happen in Israel. I mean, all the right wing is controlled by Netanyahu party, or do you have other parties as well?
Oh, it's become more complicated in recent years. Basically, as things stand now, the conservative forces tend to coalesce around the Likud. But it is fragmented among other parties. We have a number of parties, let's say ostensibly to the right of the Likud, but basically when one votes for any of these parties, one essentially knows that Benjamin Netanyahu will be the prime minister. Okay, so it's interesting. Basically, Benjamin Netanyahu is the one who can keep things together on the right at the moment. Okay, he's the winning. He, for the past almost 30 years, has been the winning card, and he has managed to stabilize the country subsequent to the disaster of the Oslo Accords. Now, there are other people who were formerly part of the coalition who, for reasons unbeknown to me, decided to form a coalition with parties on the left, and they caused significant disasters.
Muito obrigado, Grazie mille Marco, è sempre un piacere avere la tua presenza qua tra noi e ci vediamo. Grazie mille.
Piacere mio, un caro saluto ai nostri amici in Brasile.
Ciao Marco, grazie.
Ciao, ciao,
Ciao,
grazie, ciao.
ciao.